Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for joining us, and welcome to Kenny's Kingsport Project. Our show will start here in just a few minutes. We're waiting on our guests to make their way from the green room up to the stage. As soon as they're in place, we're going to turn down the house lights, get this show started. In the meantime, go check out the concession stand, get you some popcorn, Coca-Cola, maybe check out the souvenir stand, see if anything catches your eye. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first live, so please be gentle.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all for coming by. Gonna bring our guest up here. Sorry, I'm having to do no video for this. It's just the way the Wi-Fi is working out this evening, but can't do video and the stream here. But we got some guests we're gonna bring up. Gonna see if we can't have a good time for about an hour or so here and raise some money for a great friend of the community, Mr. Kenneth Oakes. Okay, here comes our guest. All right, first up we have the one and only, the marvelous Miss Meg. Here she is.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Meg,
Hi.
the queen of YouTube.
Thank you.
Next up is Brother Troy S., man who has been on point with all this, keeping up with the money for us. Been working nonstop behind the scenes. Thanks for joining us, Brother Troy.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And next up, we have the guy that really made something happen really special earlier today. Mr. Josh Moon had a young gentleman on, Mr. Drake, raised a lot of money for Kenny's thing going on here, little fundraiser. See if I can get him added in here.
Howdy, folks. If you hear a little whine in the background, that's the preparation of sausage for our upcoming live for the auction. So, yeah, father-in-law Terry, he's in the background. He's pushing deer through the grinder as we speak.
All right. And last but not least, we have coming up Mr. James Catanese. He is the next participant of the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruise coming up in March of next year. Great guy. Actually got some good looking barbecue he does over on his channel too, if y'all want to go check that out.
Well, hello, everybody. Yes,
All
I
right,
do.
here we go.
Howdy, James.
Howdy.
All right. So this is Kenny's Kingsport project here, ladies and gentlemen. What we're doing is we're trying to raise some money for our good friend of the, well, all communities, Mr. Kenneth Oakes. He's fallen on some bad times. He went on a cruise, his first cruise, and while he was gone, he lost a family pet. And before he could get home, his dad had to go in the hospital, has some bad infections, having some other health issues. And well, I'll tell you what, let me turn this over to Troy, let him tell you. He's better at explaining all this if you don't mind, Mr. Troy.
Sure thing. As Paul said, Kenny came home, or just before Kenny came home, he got a phone call telling him that Papaw had been transported to the hospital via EMS, emergency medical services, and Kenny was kind of distraught. I remember he sent me a message for me to call him ASAP that morning, and he told me what had happened. He was deathly afraid that he and Papaw were never going to get to go back to their home. And he and I discussed some things for a while, and we started to work and organize and get things together. Along that path, Papaw has gotten out of the hospital. He's now in a nursing home rehabilitation facility in North Carolina currently, close to Kingsport. And he's recovering. Papaw's got a struggle. He's got a lot of work he needs to put in. But Papaw, I think, is going to make it, and we're hoping he's going to make it. And good vibes, mojo, prayers to him. Papaw's hit a bump in the road. He had COVID. He is now testing negative for it. He's gotten over that. So we're waiting for him to get out of the lockdown or the quarantine unit so he can get back and start doing his physical therapy and occupational therapy and building strength so we can work on getting him out. Getting Kenny and Papaw back into their home is more than a challenge of just getting Papaw out of the nursing and rehabilitation facility. It's going to include cleaning, repairing their home. And we all keep things over years. It's something we all do, and it just collects up. So we're going to be dealing with a bit of a hoarding issue. From what I understand, I've seen videos and pictures. I have not seen it myself. We're going to be dealing with an infestation of insects and maybe some rodents. So we're not for sure about all of that, but we're going to be looking at a lot of things, evaluating a lot of things. The money we're raising, and I didn't even think we were going to get this much. I thought we were going to be on a shoestring budget of about $2,000 if we were lucky. I really did. But because of what everybody's done and everybody coming together and showing the love that y'all have and showing how amazing humanity can be. Let me say it that way. And that's a whole different sore subject for me, but y'all have made it to where we're now going to be able to not only get a dumpster, a 20-yard dumpster, a porta potty. I'm feeling comfortable now that when we get there, that when those decks come down and ramps are going to have to be built, or if they're going to one's going to have to be built. And I'm kind of confident the other one's going to have to be rebuilt because I'm understanding we need to change the slope, the grade of that ramp to where it's not so steep. So we've got the money. I feel comfortable. We got the money for the concrete. We got the money for the footers, the 6x6s, the 2x4s, the 2x6s, everything we would need to build this these 2 decks and ramps. It's been absolutely amazing, but help, please help more, because we're looking at the refrigerator having to go, the stove having to go. We may even have to rip out showers and toilets, from what I'm understanding. So there is a big problem, a big challenge that's ahead of us. There's a group of about 10, and there's been since this, and I want to say this, oh my God, in this YouTube, there's been a few people that during this thing who've, Tammy and Kelly, or Kelly and Tammy, I've never even heard of you before, but I'm looking forward to meeting y'all in Kingsport. It was just like they heard this telethon, and it was like, okay, hey, we're booking our room, we're packing things up, and we'll be there, and we're going to see you. So my gosh. Yeah. The outpouring of that love, I know everybody's been talking about it, and it's still, it's overwhelming me, but they're going to be coming up. Other people are going to be coming up. I'll be there. And thank you. Yeah. I'm at a loss for words for what I've seen. I mean, yeah. Let me give you the update. We're just off $7,000, just under $7,000. Y'all see that? That's new recliners. That's new beds. That's new coffee tables, end tables, plates. If they've got to be replaced, it's going to be new microwave, a new dishwasher that wasn't going to get replaced. Yeah, I mean, y'all have stepped up to bat, and I mean, if Santa Claus is alive, y'all have proved it. And thank you from me. This is the first time I've had the chance to really come up and say thank you. But yeah, we have a lot to do still. We've got to get there. We've got clothes to wash. We've got to go through things, salvage what we can. We've got to decontaminate the outside. When I say decontaminate, I mean by getting rid of the bugs outside, spraying, just for us to work out there. So we've got to bring in the exterminator. If we got to bring the exterminator in twice, we got it. Yeah. Wow. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Troy, for all that. And welcome, Miss Sharon. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. I'm glad to be here for sure. Josh, you had an awesome show earlier.
Yes, sir.
That was all Drake. I was told that, just get in there and let things happen organic, let him take over. And I mean, he is an amazing. I'm blown away by this community, blown away by the people who've stepped up and done things, and just wow. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Sounds like somebody else wants some of that deer jerky and sausage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
Y'all, I really didn't have any. I don't have a format for this, y'all. They just needed a time slot filled. I'm like, well, I'll get some good people I know together. We'll come on and just shoot the bull, try to raise a little money for Kenny. And I can't do a lot, but here's what I will do. For the first $50 that gets donated during this hour, I'll match it.
Let me check on That makes me want to check the PayPal.
So we are going to donate $50. So, Paul.
That's fine. That's fine. We say I've had the pleasure of meeting Kenny 3 times, and I met him first time in Branson, and I think I got on Kenny's nerves a little bit because I saw him and I knew kind of his story, and I'm like, well, that helped. My dad was an older gentleman, but had mobility issues, and so I helped him a whole lot getting around. Kenny don't like a lot of help. Kenny don't like help. When Kenny wants help, Kenny will tell you, hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? So I think I kind of got on his nerves a little bit first time I met him, but I met him at Branson, and we went to, of course, Griswold was there. Brother Blaine was there. Miss Sherry, Awesome Sunsets was there. And we went to Silver Dollar City, and we had a blast. Absolute positive blast there. Kenny had him a little, I think he was in a scooter where he could get around and all. And I remember Blaine, we went on this one ride. Blaine literally picked him up, carried him through the line, and put him in the ride and strapped him in so he could ride the ride. And then I had the pleasure of meeting him again, him and Pawpaw, in Helen, Georgia, which was a great time. And then in October, we went to Miami for the that big group cruise, Kenny's first cruise, and of course got to hang out with him again some down there. And he's always inspiring. It really is. I won't put other folks' business out there, but I got family members that if they were in his position would have done give up. They just wouldn't try. There's Kenny. Kenny, I got nothing against you. That's not why you're up on panel, buddy. We're just giving your vocal cords a break because you got a pretty long night ahead of you. So anybody that's got anything, hey, feel free to chime in if you want to tell a Kenny story or anything. And Josh, by the way, I didn't know you could sing as good as you do. You and Drake gonna do some duets, or what's on the horizons there?
What about the dancing? The dancing is what was the best.
Yeah, don't sell your vocal ability short.
I appreciate that. Drake dwarfs me. I'm just trying to give his voice a break. The last 3 songs he sung, sitting right there next to him, I could tell he was. Wow, he amazing human, and he has a ton of new stuff. And Troy asked if he could sing something original, but his the recording company he's with, they don't want him to sing anything new. So they're waiting for a certain number. So everybody go over there, check him out, like his Instagram. Drake McCain Music, his YouTube. We'll get that shared out too. But once he hits a certain number, they're going to start releasing some of his new music. So, but
right.
yeah, we actually did. I felt led to pray before we started, and we did, and we just asked God to take it and move it and do with it what. And it turned into gospel singing, which was fine. I was talking to Chastity and my mother-in-law. She's off in another room right now, but they pulled off and sat on the side of the road and listened for 2 hours because they were out. And said that my mother-in-law, she just sat there and squalled like a baby the whole time.
Oh, hey, Have Luggage Will Travel said. They just gave $50. So, Mr. Troy, when this live is over, I will send my $50 in. Thank you. Yeah, when Drake sang that, I know we don't talk politics, religion, and relationships, but I'm sorry, when he cut into those gospel songs, you could feel it. I mean, it was there. You could just feel it moving. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I loved that. I loved that Scott jumped in and said, "Hey, there's Kenny getting help right now," and that meant so much to him. And he didn't talk about it a lot. And I didn't want to bring it up unless it came up organically about his sister that passed away. And he told me a story that I'm not going to share because it's personal about her.
I understand.
But and I told him, I said, brother, she is looking down with the biggest smile right now. and he had a can. And I don't buy into a lot of this stuff. So, but I tell you what, he had a candle sitting over there with his sister's picture above it, and he said, "Look over there at that candle." As we were talking, no wind in the room at all. The candle starts moving like there's wind, and then the candle went out. And I,
Oh, wow.
could be coincidence, I know, but it just felt like somebody was speaking through there, and that was amazing, and it helps him daily get through the trauma that he's had to deal with. So thank y'all so much.
Holy Spirit, mighty rushing wind.
Well, the raising the money part here has been a great thing. It really has. This community has really come together. Well, multiple communities have come together. Kenny touches everybody. He really does. He's out there supporting everybody every way he can. Mr. Troy was 69, 72, 10. Great job. We also need to keep the people that are going down there in our prayers, good vibes, whatever it is your religion is, or just because they got a task ahead of them. They really do. It's not going to be easy. And well, it's going to be kind of, it's just going to be a tough row of hoe coming up.
It's not an easy time of year, and it's not an easy time in this economy to do these kind of. But nobody is thinking of themselves.
No,
They're all thinking. So yeah, I mean, by all means, especially when y'all get down there. And Drake asked me, and I'm going to get him linked up with you, Troy. He's got to go to the recording studio, but he's going to try to make an appearance down there if he can, and try to help if he's available. But if not, he wants to get with you and try to take, buy pizza one night, whatever he can do to help. But that's an idea for everybody. Once everybody gets down there, meals and whatever it is y'all need, don't just feel like you're on an island. I'm sure everybody in India is willing to do something to help you guys out while you're out there helping.
Well, I know your wife's going to be in that area and everything as well for a little bit. Let your family know and let him know as well. We plan on doing a Friendsgiving. Crystal's bringing a very large turkey, 15, 16 pound turkey. And because there's one day we're not even going to be able to be at Kenny's house to do anything, because when the exterminator gets in there, we've got to be gone for 24 hours and let them do their thing. So we were planning on doing like a Friendsgiving and hanging out and cooking a bunch of different food and fellowship. And somebody had mentioned about putting it up on YouTube and going live. So anybody who wants to come participate and hear other people tell me to shut up, that I can't say things like that on YouTube, well, come on. So I'm sure I'll have something that slips by accident or not, who knows. But anyway.
Only if I start dancing in front of you.
Hey, I was rather aroused by that. You can shake him, you can move them hips there, buddy.
I'm in the wrong chat.
It's your chat. How's that wrong?
But the cool thing is, all things happen for a reason. This situation has, brought people together that didn't know each other beforehand. Troy, you were talking about earlier, Kelly and Tammy. From what I know of them, are great people. They live down the bayou, as Kelly says. So, it may take them a while to get there. Depends on how high the creeks are and all that good stuff. So, Miss Box Van D, we're looking for an update. You mean just on how the fundraising has gone, or do you mean overall what Kenny's situation is? Hey, every
I
little
will.
bit helps, Miss D. Every little bit helps. And Ron Darrell, thank you for your donation. I guess get with Crystal, maybe. He's talking about donating a handmade knife. They were talking about doing some auctioning off of stuff later on this evening. Don't
I was
everybody go
going to
quiet
say
at
that.
once, y'all. Come on.
I was going to say the last time, if they're from Louisiana, I'm looking forward to meeting them because the last few times I've had interactions with people from Louisiana, I've enjoyed it. Eric, got to see him in Louisiana, and then there was
My father-in-law spent some time down in New Orleans. Was it a year ago, Terry?
Yeah, Thibodeau and other places down south.
He come back speaking Creole,
Man,
cooking pasta lie every night.
yeah.
I learned to make a sauce for Tom. We can be all right.
Hey, Mr. Paul,
Yes.
could you make Kenny a mod so he can drop some of these links? I know he's itching for something to do.
Well, if I can get to him.
Okay.
Tell him he knows how to scratch himself like a monkey.
Dear. Oh, dear.
Well, tell him comment where I can get to him. Y'all know I'm new to there he is. See what I can do with that. Nope, I can put him in timeout and I can block him. Which he probably would not enjoy.
Okay. It was worth a try.
Your comments are showing up, Kenny. I don't know how to get out of this and go to YouTube. So
It's okay.
but this has been a great. When did this kick off? Thursday evening.
Yeah.
So, and we're sitting at $7,000 in 4 days, basically.
Yeah. We started
So-
collecting money a week ago today. So in 7 days, you've seen the fruition or the fruit. You've seen the rewards of all of this. So just at 7,000, I think we were $28 short of 7,000. Yeah. And again. $6,972.10.
Hey.
$27.90, and we'll go over 7,000.
Well, like I said, I got 50. I'm gonna add to it after this show. So,
well, there we go.
Not bad, not bad.
No,
I don't know, Mr. Juma, Mr. Troy acting. He's on the straight and narrow.
yeah, it's before midnight. It's before midnight, so I got to keep
For
it.
Troy. For
Huh?
Troy on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. I'm waiting for story time later tonight.
Oh Lord. What about Mr. James Catney? You got anything you want to chime in with, or? No, can he hear us?
He's muted. There.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, this is the second recipient of the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruise. He's going to be taking his cruise out of Tampa on the Carnival Pride in March. So, yeah, him.
No.
Oh. Oh. Well, Troy. Uh-oh. Miss Meg left us.
Uh-oh. Did I make her mad again?
We have
Probably
some
did.
other people here that might want to come up.
Do what? Okay. Who else down here? Oh, gosh. Let me see if I can add them.
How many can you have, Paul? Because
I have no idea.
Because I can go down if Meg wants to come back up.
I can have 6.
Okay, I'll let Meg come back up. But I just want to say that I love Kenny to death, and it was awesome cruising with him, and he's a saint. What is he doing over there? He's got sausage.
Josh
There
is
ain't no
showing
telling.
sausage.
I'm showing y'all my sausage. No, this is actually my father-in-law's sausage. These are not the ones that'll be sold, but this is an example. So there's a pound of venison sausage in here. We have 5 of them that we're going to auction off. They're smoked and ready
I think
to go.
I'm in the wrong chart. All I come in is this is my father's sausage.
Kenny is an awesome man, and everybody has been wonderful. And we just love Kenny, and I do send out my thoughts and prayers. I wish I could be there with everybody going down to help out. I really do, but I'm going to be praying for everybody that they stay safe in their travels, and also while they're working in the house and all that too. So we love you all. Thanks for having me up.
All right, thank you, Miss Sharon. Hey, and it was a joy meeting you and your husband.
You too, Paul and Troy and B. All right, we'll see
Go
y'all
pitch
later.
Gary for me.
You, Sharon.
Bye.
Welcome in, Miss V. Okay, let me see if I can get Miss Michael Ann up here.
I was in the basement because that's why I left my avatar because I knew you had people. So I was like,
My Bella V.
She's here. She is. Hello, Miss Michael Ann.
Thanks for that compliment, Michael Ann. I'm blushing.
You guys are awesome together.
yes.
Okay, y'all hang on just a second.
The twerking needs some work.
You want to give a demo?
No, I don't twerk.
You want to show us corrections that he needs to do?
I don't twerk. I can barely floss.
She's just a coach, y'all. Just a coach. Oh, man. So, Mr. Troy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a pre-scheduled event coming up that I couldn't get out of to come help y'all. So, I have a question for you. If you're in Memphis, Tennessee, and your taste buds just got to have some barbecue, where are you going?
I am going to Charlie Virgo's Rendezvous, hands down, for me. That is the original dry rub. Memphis is known for its dry rub barbecue and dry rub ribs, and that is the original dry rub ribs, is Charlie Virgo's. That guy, Memphis holds the World Championship barbecue competition.
Yes, sir.
Every May, and I think it's the third weekend of every May. And they've been doing this for since the early 1970s, late 1960s. And in the 70s, or the 60s, Charlie Virgo walked into this World Championship competition with a can of spray paint, still painting the inside of his smoker, and walked out the champion.
What?
There's only one restaurant for Charlie Virgo's, and that's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, to me, that is the best barbecue in the world.
Thank you, sir.
The ribs.
We're probably going to check that out. I have a place that I like. They've been feeding me barbecue for over 20 years, which is Blue City Cafe, which is
right where it is.
Yeah. So I think next weekend, though, we'll take Miss Meg and we'll go see if you know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll tell you, if you know where the Peabody is,
yes, sir.
Walk out of the Peabody onto Union Avenue, go across the street, and follow the people that are walking like ants down an alleyway, and you will find Charlie Virgo's. I'm not kidding you. There's a line of people that are like ants walking to Charlie Virgo's and walking out, and it's right across from the Peabody.
So he needs to take Chief Meg to see the Ducks march and then take her to Rendezvous.
Yes.
I look forward to that first short on your channel, Troy.
Okay. Yep, I would highly recommend that. It's the Ducks would be good too. And don't go in there with your shotgun Paul, because they do not allow you to hunt their ducks. All right.
It takes all the fun out of going in there. How am I supposed
Well,
to
I
get
know.
dinner?
Well, dinner's going to be at rendezvous. You don't need to
Oh, there
be
you go.
killing their ducks again. Okay.
Good point. Good point. Well, Mr. James Catney's there, since we're talking barbecue, I know I've seen some good looking ribs show up over on his channel over. You got any secrets or anything you'd like to divulge to us or methods?
I got a lot of secrets. How many you want?
Just the barbecue ones.
I take pineapple juice and a little bit of barbecue, mix it up, and put it on it.
Oh, that'd be good.
It is. It's real good.
Man says he uses the KISS method
Uh-huh.
when it comes to barbecuing. I don't know if anybody's familiar with what the KISS method is.
Yep.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
What about you over, Mr. Josh? You're in Virginia, right? But you're from
Yeah, I'm
Georgia.
in Virginia, but I learned how to barbecue in Tennessee, and me and my father-in-law, we can throw down. He's the one that's in charge of smoking these sausages. He cooks on a Rectech. That thing's awesome.
Ooh.
And him and I both have Oklahoma Joes that we our wood-fired stuff on. But yeah, James, I like to use pineapple with my stuff. I like to use apple cider vinegar as well. That's two of my favorites. It's what I cook with. And then I use another great barbecue joint. I like to use a lot of the Salt Lick rub from Salt Lick in Fort Worth, Texas. That's another great barbecue joint. And then I have my own special rub that I use as well. But as I've matured as a barbecue artist, I've come to where, like, I'm gonna coin that, barbecue artist. Yeah.
So sorry, what happened?
Keep the ribs dry, baby. Keep the barbecue dry, and then you sauce it as need be. But my boys, they think it's blasphemy to put barbecue sauce on it. If it ain't cooked right, it ain't no sauce.
Well, I'm kind of that way on a steak. I'm sorry, but if it's a choice cut of meat, it's been prepared properly, seasoned properly, and cooked properly. Sauce is kind of like going and slapping the cook. Just say it.
Paul, you're probably going to hate what I'm going to say, but
A good cut of meat, then some herbs, salt, pepper, and butter. That's about it.
Yes, sir.
you bring me a good cooked steak, put some butter on it after it's cooking, it just absorbs that butter.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
French Canadian. Oh, yeah.
I used to grill my steaks all the time, but here recently we've been cooking them on cast iron, and it's hard to beat them on cast iron.
No. Anything cast iron is level up. It's just.
Let me tell you, what I like doing is hickory smoked prime rib.
Oh.
Ooh.
You get that smoker up to about 250 degrees, and you sit that prime rib in there. No more charcoal goes in. Let that wood do its thing and soak into that prime rib. Bring it out at a nice medium, slice it through between the bones.
I've always been told the way to go is to just let the wood do its thing.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
My daddy told me that.
And where I really got hooked on that was spending a lot of time in Texas. In Texas, it's kind of strange. I don't love barbecue in Texas because they can't barbecue per se as far as pork goes. But if you want brisket, you got to go to the state of Texas.
Yes.
3 simple ingredients: SPG, salt, pepper, garlic, and you let the wood do its own.
Scott,
Do
over
its
here.
thing.
The other way.
What? Who?
The other way. The other way, Scott. We're going to try that.
Speaking of pineapple, this is Chastity's pineapple pudding. About to crush that.
Guys are making me hungry.
Oh,
Did you say crushed pineapple?
look at him.
Wait a minute.
Kenny said he loves pineapple.
Hey, guys, that's definitely a 10. 10 out of 10 right there. Make your tongue slap your brain.
You know, Lovey just did a brisket on his I think it was on his Rectech. Now, Mike Lovelace, that guy's got some equipment. He is set up. And I think he was a little disappointed in his brisket. I was like, I promise you, brother, that'll eat. I guarantee ain't nobody going to throw that out, what he showed he done. So,
That's
good
the
night,
way
Miss
most
D.
people
She
like their
leaving?
brisket.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yes,
Dee.
I mean,
Always
I'm
thought
like
it was-
Lovey. I like for mine to be a little juicy, a little moist. But I'm sorry, V. But the way his came out is exactly the way they do it.
Yeah. Well, I share stuff out on my Facebook page on, I think it's normally Tuesday mornings. A guy down in Texas named Arnie Tex. He's won numerous championships, cook-offs. Oh, gosh. Oh, she got her own
This is the
mixture.
love.
She's got
Oh,
her
it's
own
not
rub.
mine. It's Steve's.
That's Steve's rub.
Oh,
We don't touch. People order this in January for December at our house.
Do they know
Why
how
am I
to
just
spell
hearing about
barbecue
it?
up there as far north as you are?
What do you think we do during winter? We build the igloo, we put the barbecue in, and it keeps the heat and just keep on going.
Well, you know,
I've
that's something
always-
I've never understood down here in the South. When it starts turning fall, all the charcoal, all that stuff, you don't see it on the shelves anymore. And I'm like, that's when I do most of my outdoor cooking. That's when I
Exactly.
shine, is in the fall
Yeah.
to do all that. But
Yeah, I love getting a good smoke on early in the morning. Being able
Yes,
to
sir.
sit by the warm smoker. It's very therapeutic.
I have a question.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
they were to sell cologne that smelled like barbecue smoke, would you all wear it?
So they do sell soap that's Buffalo Trace scented.
Shut up.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Paul? I'm sure Troy does too.
On these idea, I'd have to say no to it because I have
The dogs would be after you.
been part of a barbecue competition team, and I know what it's like to sit around for 4 days drunk, smelling nothing but hickory, oak, cherry, pecan, apple. Not permeate, but just infiltrate every bit of your body. And it's just like, I don't want to smell smoke for another 2 months. Yeah. Hey.
Hey, we got a donation here from. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Germzy.
Just the way you think it is.
Germs.
Germsy? Germs?
Thank you for your donation.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I don't know that barbecue scent down here in the South. That might ruin some marriages or something down here. You know, you walk down the street smelling like it.
I will say, whenever I go back to Memphis, I do get that. I mean, I love that aroma in the air. But when
Yes,
you're
sir.
standing next to a smoker for 4 days and somebody's got their smoker backed up to you, and you're just, it can get overwhelming.
I have to say
I
that
definitely see that. Sorry, go ahead, Miss V.
a friend of mine's husband turned in those metal filing cabinets.
Yes, ma'am.
He turned one of those into a smoker. Let me tell you, people were driving 4 hours just to go for supper.
Hey, there's a guy on TikTok that does that.
Delicious.
You're muted, Mr. Josh.
Sorry, we can't hear you. We hear you pointing, but
So my father-in-law, when we first met him, he had a huge smoker. That thing, how many butts could you fit in that thing at one time? 18 butts you could fit in it at one time.
you can say you like big butts.
Yeah. But that's when we told my mother-in-law Tracy, said, hey, whatever you got to do to put up with him, you need to keep him. He's a keeper. Yeah, he made it. It was homemade. It had, if I remember right, it had handles of horseshoe handles in it. Yeah, because he's
My first meal on the cruise was pork butt.
a little bit of a cowboy. A little bit. He's a cowboy
Well,
without
actually,
horses now.
there's a guy on TikTok. He took an old stove and just built his fire pit down in the bottom of it, like the broiler part or the storage. I guess it's a pan storage under the oven. That's where he builds his fire, and they should just come up, and then he uses the normal racks in the oven for like grilling racks. That's where he does all his smoking and all. I've never tried the guy's food, but yes.
Paul, who's the guy there in Memphis that takes old popcorn machines and converts them into smokers? And he competes with them there in Memphis every year.
I can't think of his name for nothing, but
yeah, but he'll come out there to the World Championship barbecue competition, and he takes old popcorn machines that are still on wheels and everything, and you can push your barbecue around and cook at the same time. Take it with you like on a walk. So yeah, it's really neat the work that he does, and he's actually, I don't know if he's won, but I think he's placed with what he cooks in those at the World Championship barbecue competition. If y'all have never
even
been,
placing is phenomenal. I mean,
if y'all have never been to this event, let me tell you, it sits on the banks of the Mississippi River, and it stretches from Bill Street all the way to the other end of Tom Lee Park. It's
pretty much.
You're probably looking at what, a half a mile down and a half a mile back.
Wow.
Easy.
Yeah, and
easily.
And when you get there, there's hundreds and hundreds of competitors that are there competing in this thing. Charmin brings the cleanest toilets out I've ever seen in my life. They bring this 50-foot semi truck trailer out filled with toilets, and as soon as someone comes out, someone's in there scrubbing, and then you go in. It's wonderful. But yeah, no, the toilets really don't have anything to do with it. But if you like liver conventions and you like to exercise your liver, I can tell you this event is somewhere you can go and come back with jaundice. So,
Wow.
Well, I don't know if people know about Beale Street, but you can buy like a 30-something ounce beer there and drink it and walk down the street, and nobody's going to say a word to you because that's what Beale Street is there for, to make money. But the cool thing about it is there's like, I think at least 3, if not 4 police substations in that area, and the police, most of them have on street clothes. So as long as you're having a good time, being cool, no problem. But the second you get out of line, out of hand, you're gone. You're not going to interrupt their money making down there.
For people who's never been to Memphis, that Beale Street area and downtown area is really, really neat. Beale Street's known for the blues, W.C. Handy Park. I can remember seeing John Lee Hooker. If people know the blues,
boom, boom,
play on the street of Beale Street in W.C. Handy Park. Yeah, and I mean, it's fun. You've got the Gibson Guitar Museum right there, one street over. If you're into, like, Paul for the guitars and everything, you've got, B.B. King's is there. Currently, I will say this, if anybody goes now, there's a bar called Silky Sullivan's, and there is a performer in there, and she is a Grammy nominee that has never left the bar scene, and she sings in this bar every night in Memphis, Tennessee. She is amazing. Barbara Blue.
We may go check her out. But I've actually met BB before.
Yeah.
At his place.
Oh,
in Memphis,
wow.
he was there playing.
Oh.
Of course, he wouldn't let me play Lucille, so went and bought my own Lucille. I bought the Epiphone version. Everybody says, "Well, what's the difference?" I said, "About $3,000. Mine cost $800. His cost about $3,800 or $4,000."
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the historic Orpheum Theaters there in Memphis,
oh
Tennessee.
yes, oh
There you can catch the trolley on 3rd Street and go down to the Civil Rights Museum, where the assassination of Martin Luther King took place. Then there's this, oh gosh, I need to quit talking about Memphis. I got to go back now. Jeez. So just past the Civil Rights Museums, this old 1940s, 50s diner, and it hasn't changed. It's been used in the movies and several other things. It's called the Arcade. Man,
yes, sir.
some of the best pancakes you'll ever find come out of that place. Yeah.
We had a place like that, and the pandemic actually closed it down after 79 years.
Yeah.
Peace. Saturday morning, you couldn't even reserve a place, and like you said, the line of ants just to come in.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people don't know, but Memphis is very well known for its culinary skills.
Yes, sir.
That's why I went.
Well, I mean, you got your barbecue, and then you got your Southern soul food, if you will. So I mean, it's just a great place. It's one of the few places that I go to, and yeah, I don't know if this is the right word to use or not, but it's kind of spiritual in a way. It just kind of rejuvenates me when I go.
Kind of gives you a hug.
Yeah, but it doesn't pinch my cheeks.
Okay, well, come on over.
Memphis is my barbecue mecca. So, I got to at least make multiple pilgrimages there throughout my life. But yeah, the barbecue there is really, really fantastic.
Y'all, I'm going to drop, I don't know if this is going to mute y'all or not. I got another video to play from Blaine real quick. And we got 8 minutes left. So when this is done, I guess, Mr. Troy, if you feel up to it, you can go through the Kenny thing again real quick, if you would. Give us an update on PayPal and all that good stuff. All right, I'm going to see if I can get this to play from Blaine.
Hey everyone, this is Blaine with Rayleigh Creative Travel. We are currently on board the beautiful carnival celebration this week, and we are sorry we couldn't be part of the Kenny-thon that's taking place. We just want to let you guys know that we thank you all for any donations you can give to help the Kenny Project and also at the Amazon wish list. We have chosen ourselves to give through the Amazon wish list, but during the course of this event, you'll see links being dropped for any of the donations through PayPal or that Amazon link. So make sure you help out, and any donations are appreciated. And once again, thank you guys, and happy Thanksgiving on behalf of my wife and I on board the beautiful carnival celebration.
All right. That was Blaine Rayleigh of Rayleigh Creative Travels. And I want to say one thing, Mr. Troy, before you give us updates and all. While the total of this money raised has been phenomenal, thank you everyone who has donated. I also want to say a huge thank you to the people that have been modding these channels, dropping the links left and right, hour after hour after hour. Miss Meg, the marvelous and talented Miss Meg. Well, I do what I can. She's in a whole lot more channels than I am. And to those, well, I do what I can. But to those of you who went on Amazon and donated stuff, that cannot be thanked enough either. That was amazing. I mean, I don't know the exact total of what was raised and all that as far as the stuff through Amazon, but in a very short time that was up, this community got all that stuff took care of. So the people that are going down there to help do the cleaning and all that can have the necessities, the products, and all that they need. And just thank you to all of you. All right, Mr. Troy, do your thing, sir.
All right. So,
and one last thing. Thank you to all of you that came up with me tonight, because I'd have been lost without y'all. I don't do lives, so thank y'all.
You'd have been just fine. You've been training on the World Wrestling Vlog for
Did good, Paul. as most of y'all know, for those of you who don't, I'm going to give you a quick catch up. We're here raising money for Kenny to get Kenny and Papaw back into their home, to clean up their home, to do repairs, to get rid of a insect infestation, and several other things that have been going on with their house. Next week we're going down. There's a group of us going down to clean it up, to help clean it up, get it started. There may be multiple trips. There may not be. We won't know until we get there. But as for donations, we are currently at, before Paul's $50, $6,972.10. And Paul's $50 donation is going to put us over $7,000. Is what we've raised. On that note, I want to say this. Starting this out, I was afraid that we weren't going to have the materials even clean or get things picked up, and we were struggling, and we're still struggling because there may be the possibility that Papaw and Kenny may have to relocate. Y'all have eased that burden. Y'all have eased it. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Troy, can you check the private chat real quick?
Yeah, and as for the Amazon wish list, y'all have come through on it too. And thank you very, very much. Y'all have bought everything we have put up there, including the gag gifts. Thank you. And yes, I see there that, well, if we say 250, that's going to be what, 7,230 something bucks in the cents.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. James Catnese.
James.
Pledged $200 to help with this. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, James.
All right. I guess I got to learn how to wind this up here. Everyone, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all that's been watching since Thursday. Really helped out with this. Every little bit helps. $5 donations are just as important as $500 donations. We got 2 minutes here. I believe Mr. Ron Sees America is a great channel. He's coming up next. You get to ride shotgun with Ron Sees America. Mr. Troy, thank you, sir. Thank you for everything. This guy here, he's been spot on helping with this. And in case any of y'all didn't know, and I know he don't like people giving him credit for stuff, this is also a great American hero, ladies and gentlemen. This is an Army Ranger. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. Miss Meg, thank you again for helping with the modding, helping with the channel, the comments, the chat, and all that stuff.
You're welcome.
Let's see. There she is. I forgot she's got as much power on this live as I do. And Kenny, like I said, wasn't nothing personal with you not coming up. Just wanted to give you a chance to rest your vocal cords, buddy. You've been at it all day, and you still got a ways to go tonight. So, like I said, everybody, if you would, go over and check out Ron Sees America. He's up next. I think we're going to what, 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. The end will be Destinations Delight.
At 10
They're supposed
p.m.
to have some at 10 p.m. They're going to, I think, have some items to auction off. So, Mr. Troy, I want to ask something. Is my favorite family member of yours handy? Samson?
Come here, Sammy. Stand. Now, he's over there laying in the floor whining and crying.
Well,
somebody come see me. I'm too lazy to get up.
Okay. Well, it was worth a try. Once again, everybody, please go check out Ron Sees America. And thank y'all for showing up, stopping by, helping out. Y'all have a great night.